Abbott, Eric Davis, Haydocy Airstream. This video is for Sadie, the 50-pound wonder. Anybody else who's involved in watching this video, okay, Aaron, Mitchell, Matt, Brad, if you're watching this, just please ask Sadie if you can. That's all I'm saying. Want to do a quick walk around, familiarize you a little bit with a 25-foot platform from Airstream. We've got them all up here. We want you to come up, take a look, figure out what you think might be best. I'm all about, I'm sorry, but it does get personal with me. Brad, we talked a little bit about my background. So, in talking about Airstream, I'm going to start with the 25 because the 25-foot platform makes sense. So, we'll do a quick walk around, go inside, take a look, and it'll give you a little concept of what I think these things represent. 25-foot Airstream. First of all, what happens is you have these panoramic windows. These windows wrap around the entire unit, and they provide really some really fun stuff. You got your overhead awnings, you've got inside tempered glass, and it's all UV protected. So that's really kind of cool because this is a front bedroom unit. That's going to deflect all that hot air. And in speaking of that, an Airstream's going to be 7 to 12 degrees cooler in the summer, 10 to 15 degrees warmer in the winter. That's why we're looking at this stuff, because of the way it's made. Also, so this is all Lexan protecting all that tempered glass, really kind of cool. Then you have stainless steel. These are wraps that can be polished or buffed out. They spin out so you can get to the trailer itself to polish and do whatever you got to do. So they're the cool factor, but they're there for a purpose. Now, spare tire is mounted underneath the unit. You have a quick drop-down mechanism, which is really kind of fun because just the full-size spare sits into a cradle. Number one, it's not on the back of the trailer, so UV rays aren't going to degrade it. Number two, nobody knows where it is, so you can't lose it. Number three, you've got 24/7 roadside assistance from Airstream. So, unless you're really into changing tires, why don't you let somebody else do it for you? Twin 30s. As far as propane, Sadie, I'm telling you, this is enough to keep you warm in the winter. This is enough to, for that special dog bath that you have to have. Plenty of propane to keep you on the planet. Once again, these are twin 30-pound tanks, automatic switchover. The other thing is, if you're at a park, if you're at an RV, they will run up and down. They can fill these tanks while they sit on the unit. The Barker system, all power. So you have full power here, which means you can level from here, and also this is really just the ease of operation. We talked a little bit about that weight distribution hitch. This allows you to hook onto whatever vehicle, take the weight off, install your sway control, drop it back down to level out the whole system. It doesn't get any better than Barker as far as its longevity. Good stuff. Twin, dual, deep cell, 12-volt batteries. You have an inverter system on these units. The inverter system allows you to boondock, go off-grid, stay, park this thing in the middle of a field and live for a few days just off your batteries. It's really kind of cool. What else you've got? You've got a propane port. It's a quick disconnect propane port. What does that do for you? That will allow you to hook up that gas grill, space heater. You want an additional propane source, let's do that. And it's on the back side of the trailer so that you're not messing with any of your comfort space. Also, the 25 has an additional 30 amp service hookup for generators. We'll talk all about that. My theory there is two, say 2,000 watt small Hondas, because they're lightweight, they're easy to carry. You only use one, you're powering most of, but when you cross-reference these two, then you've got enough power to power the planet. It's just ease of operation, very cool. That's just the front end of the Airstream. Come on around. Let's see what we got. 25 foot. We'll talk more about the finish work on the 25. This is Alcoa aluminum with a 3M finish. I've talked to the guys who do all the refinishing for Airstream. They're talking about the finishes is 15 years minimum. This is a protective finish. It's a membrane finish over aluminum. This is going to be around, I'm sorry Sadie, but this is going to be around a lot longer than you and I. Yep, we'll be eating dog treats in the sky by the time this is down. I mean, this is something to be said for what Alcoa does and what Airstream does. Outdoor shower, Sadie, I had this put here for you. This is hot water, this is cold water. So when you come out of the lake from chasing the ball, grabbing the stick, hot water and cold water on the backside, so this is a complete shower. Then, potable water. This is your lockup for potable water, which then goes into a tank which is located in between the two axles. That's all about. Airstream will be the only manufacturer that tells you load up on water because frankly it's going to help this trailer roll down the road. The one thing about the 25 front bedroom that I like is that all of you have lighted access to your gray water and black water, and it is in front of the dual axle so that no damage to it if you're backing into a curb or something, because it does have to be at the lowest point. I love that stuff. Now, how about this? Inlet port for your city water. The guy that you're sitting next to at the RV park, you'll look over, he's got to have a regulator to regulate the amount of that pressure water coming in. This has an internal regulator, so you don't have to worry about, because it is PVC with copper accents, you don't have to worry about any issues with your water. It's already regulated from the inside. Plus, it looks cool. Then, this is the magic right here. This is your black water flush system. This is all about clean hands. Picture, if you will, an umbrella spinning, water coming out of all the tines. It washes the whole black water system so that you don't have to mess with it. So when you're pulling that hose, when you're ready to leave campus, it's all good, it's all clean. In fact, Sadie, we're not even going to smell this. It's beautiful. Access to your refrigerator, which is, we'll talk more about what you can do in the way of awnings. You've got a Dexter axle system on this. That is why we have this low silhouette. They've been using the same system since the mid-60s. The bottom line is, if it ain't broke, it is truly, and now other manufacturers are starting to use the Dexter axle system. Why is it good? Because it's they freeze rubber torsion bars in nitrogen that collapse, expand, so that you literally have an axle within an axle. It allows all four wheels to move independently. Then they add a shock absorber, which I've got thousands of miles on the inside of one of these trailers, going back and forth to my grandpa's. I have ridden in the trailer, back and forth to Florida. Is it against the law? Yes. They probably, just Sadie and I, they're the only people who will let in these things. The point is, I know how these things ride from the inside. That's why you don't want your stuff to get injured. That's why this system is awesome. Okay, we've got TV, satellite, and cable hookup. That is somewhat self-explanatory. We're wired for satellite, wired for solar. And that's an addition down the road if you even think about it. I'd like to talk about that too. 30 amp service. It's got an LED indicator light. What's great about that is you are plugged into a resource. You plug your trailer in. If that light is not lit, you know it's your resource. You know it's not your Airstream. It's all about how these are manufactured. By the way, Airstream windows, all radiused, all what is called buck riveting. It's an art to do this. All of they have these wonderful rain guards. By the way, these are Galley windows. They pivot out, meaning that if the rain is coming, we've got awnings over all of our windows. Are you kidding me? Most manufacturers will have slides. These combined with the fantastic fans get air moving through this thing. We've only finished the second side. Come on around. I got to show you this. Okay, Sadie. Tempered glass. This is panoramic windows that wrap once again in the 25-footer. You got all this light moving in both front and back. This is really what Airstream is all about. Rain guards. Also, I wanted to make the point here. LED lighting. The entire platform on the 25-footer are all LED lights. Use very little power. In the interior, you have rheostats, so you can vary the intensity. All of the exterior lights are all LED. Let's just say these lights, along with this platform, are going to be around longer than you and I. Sadie, check this out. You got a trunk. It's all diamond plate interior. The thing about the trunk is you have an exterior undermount for your sewer hose. You have a trunk if you wanted to put your sewer hose in there. All of your blocks, your leveling mechanisms, they can all go in here. The point I make about the sewer hose is on every other travel trailer, that sewer hose will go into a cavity that is within the confines of your house. Really? I mean, come on. That's what I talk about, how Airstream engineers its product. It don't get any better than this. Come on around. Now, the 25 we're looking at is called an Onyx. It's kind of a special one, but it's still, the platform relates to all the 25s out there. This has an electronic awning. Do I feel you need an electronic awning? No. Is it a pleasure to have something like this? Well, you know, it's a little less work for Sadie and I, I'm just saying. But let's talk about how Airstream engineers its product. Notice here the screen. The screen has the protection for, this is Sadie protector. This is all fully welded steel. I mean, fully welded aluminum. When you shut a door in an Airstream, that's exactly what you should hear. You know that that door is going to be shut. Then, if you look at the actual Airstream door, it's created like an aircraft. You have an interior, so you have more light coming in. This is all, it takes Airstream 8 hours to manufacture this. When this door shuts, that's the sound you want to hear. That is what, now it also grabs the screen door as you open the door. So then you also have outside power for, you've got GFI outlets, you've got stabilizers that are on all four corners of this unit. But what you have here is an entree into a beautiful travel trailer. Sadie, Matt, come on in. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. Okay, as we walk into the 25, there's a lot that catches your eye. Certainly the decor, all the lights spilling in. But what I love about Airstream is everything is at your fingertips. You don't have to go to a resource to turn a light on. Everything is here. Rheostats for all of your overhead lighting, all your exterior lighting, all your overhead lighting, and this has an electronic awning. Your battery disconnect for when you leave the planet or enter the planet. If you are just on battery power, you can leave all the lights on, hit your disconnect, it cranks everything off. You've got a GFI outlet if you want to run a cord out here or do something on the shelving. And then you have space. You have storage that you can access right away as you walk in. So to me, this is like walking into your mudroom and everything is at your fingertips. I love the way it sets up. But let's talk about the inside of this Airstream. Okay, Aaron, I don't know if you're going to entertain in your Airstream. Hopefully it's just the two of you. Maybe it's just Sadie. But the point is, when you walk into the 25, immediately what happens is you see all the light. This is all panoramic windows. And what I mean by that, they wrap all the way around. Then you move into the radiused Airstream windows. Overhead, you have what are called Vista view windows, which spill light in, which, by the way, we can close off all of the light in this thing and still have light pouring in from our Vista views. And of course, on top here, we have a skylight that dumps light in. This is what Airstream is all about. There are no, where other manufacturers will not put windows in because they, promote leaking, they whatever. This gives you this very light, airy feeling to the cabin itself. I love how this is designed. And in the 25, even though it's a relatively small platform, you feel like it's wide open and you've got all this space. Speaking of, How about this luxurious leather? Now this is what's called ultra leather. Sadie, I got to talk to you for a second here, Sadie. Your claws on this, guess what? You can't mess with this, Sadie. By the way, you want to, it's kid proof, it's dog proof. If we got, and actually, it's got this luxurious hand. If we ever had an issue with the actual leather, someone, Matt goes crazy and he attacks this thing with a screwdriver. Well, then the next thing you know, what we're going to do is we're going to replace the cover. I'm going to send you another color cover because it will always be color consistent. So look what happens here. This comes all the way around to our dinette. Now our dinette is really cool because this allows this to drop into place. It will drop down for a dual sleeper. But what's also cool is that we can take these, turn them, and create a sofa. So that means we're adding space. As this sweeps around over here you have then the opportunity to pull to create a double sleeper here. So here's the thing. The way the 25 sets up, I've got plenty of area to lounge. If we take this table down and maybe throw it on the queen size bed, guess what happens? I could put, well, let me tell you, Sadie and about 10 of her closest friends can hang out here. It's going to be beautiful. So once again, the living area, if you will, of the 25 is vast. And by the way, where are you spending your time? Yes, you will spend, I'd love to tell you you're spending your time under the awning out here, because let's face it, you are camping. But right here gives us all kinds of opportunity. You have DVD, CD, you have the ability to put your smartphone in here. We pull the electronics when we're on the lot here. You have an interior Samsung DVD, CD. You also have Bluetooth that you can sync your smartphone to. And as that call comes in, you access that call and you can get that phone anywhere through, and it'll come through the speakers. You can be sitting on the can in the bathroom having a conversation. It just doesn't get any better than that. Don't forget, by the way, CoachNet, which is 24/7 roadside assistance. But this is my favorite. This is the Tastic Fan. You've got two of these, fore and aft. This will pull tens of thousands of cubic feet of air, which, by the way, it's got a sensor in here. Any moisture gets to that and you're off campus, you don't have to worry about, it'll automatically close so there won't be any water issues on the inside of the deck. That is pretty cool. Let's check out the Galley. Okay, first of all, the drama created by Corian surfaces, plenty of additional storage here. You have a deep well stainless steel. You have this is Growy appliances. You have the lucite cutting board. Great area to store stuff, but also it's kind of the cool factor. You have the ocean air shades, which create that fun look. A lot of additional storage up top, which is backlit here. Then the brains of your operation are also here. You've got your computer, which controls the battery, the fresh water, the gray water, the black water at your fingertips. Your pump is here, GFI outlet, inverter system, which allows you to go off campus, but also just by battery alone, we can watch TV, listen to music, power all the lights, and not have to worry about that for a couple of days. Then we have, of course, your access to your lighting. Notice here you have got this beautiful European overhead fan, but also it still gives you access to all that storage because it vents out. Then you have the 3-burner high output range. In this case, we've added a convection microwave in place of the oven, so because you can still bake cookies, but you've got the microwave capability. And then we have all this beautiful storage. This is all side-mounted steel, and if you go to, they've just got really fun stuff as far as storage in the 25. So, Sadie, dog bones will be down here. So if you want them, just let me know. I got them right here. So the Galley setup is absolutely beautiful, but this is really where it becomes kind of cool. You have this kind of fun thing. This is a pantry unit, fully adjustable shelving. So canned goods, whatever. Storage everywhere. Now this is done in that beautiful flow coat polyester Onyx finish. Then we move over to the big Dometic. There is, well, needless to say, for me, I'm going to keep my adult beverages cold in here. I think this is just beautiful how it's been accomplished. But the Dometics, this is the same manufacturer Airstream's been using for the last 20 years. So the system itself works wonderfully. Now let's move mid-deck. So if we have guests staying with us, this allows us to do some neat things. Yes, we can shut off the mid-deck from the foredeck. You have all of your wardrobe, which, by the way, it's all LED lighted as far as the wardrobe spaces are concerned. But it also allows us to use, someone can be using the lavatory, which, by the way, I love the look of what they've done with the aluminum. Someone can be using the lavatory while someone else is using the stand-up shower, which, by the way, has a clothesline in there. It's got the on-off for your faucet, and this is all beaded glass. And I'm not such a big guy, but big guys can go in there, and you've got venting for both. Come here and check out the lavatory. Okay, plenty of room in this lavatory to change your socks. You've got pedestal toilet. You've got the stainless steel sink with the Growy appliances. You've got overhead cabinetry, which gives you all kinds of room. You've got, from the medicine cabinet to all of the space, GFI heating. And by the way, you've got vented overhead along with LED lighting. So now as we move into the master bedroom, Brad, we talked a little about retrofitting, and I believe it can be done for a more solid panel. I got a call into the rep. We're going to figure that one out. But I love the how the bedroom sets up, because you can separate now yourself from the entire foredeck or aft deck and create your own space, which is really kind of cool. So come on into the master. Let me show you some stuff. So we start with the queen bed, and you can see all of the beautiful storage you have, including overhead additional wardrobe space. Obviously, what you first see is all of the panoramic windows. So you've got light that dumps in from overhead, from all the windows in the back, cross ventilation, and then you move to the queen bed, which is a walk-around queen. And not only that, it gives you all that beautiful access as far as storage. So, in fact, I don't know. Matt, we could probably throw Matt under there if we had to. We could still hide small children under here. It's absolutely perfect. Overhead storage, wardrobe storage, chests of drawers. Moving around, you can see we have, of course, the same beautiful ocean air shades, and then we don't have it set up here, but you've got TV. So you've got a 26-inch HD LED TV, and your Dometic heating and cooling system is placed back here, meaning that it is a set it and forget it system, just like home. You don't have to go outside to light any pilot lights. You don't have to check on anything outside. Your heating, your cooling. You also have in this what's called a heat pump, meaning that you can draw heat without using your propane source from your condenser on your AC unit. Just a very cool thing to do. The other thing I want to point out, all of this LED lighting, this whole cool to the touch thing, it's all on rheostat. So we can, the lighting we can do back here can be very, it's on a rheostat, so we can dim it or make it a little more brighter. So once again, the master bedroom setup in the Airstream, it's pretty cool. Okay, Sadie, I need you to talk to Mom and Dad. Let Brad know exactly what your feelings are about the Airstream. Talk to Aaron. Have a brief conversation with Mitchell and Matt. But Sadie, I need your help on this thing. You gotta let them know. It just doesn't get any better for you than this, right? So I know you're convinced. You just got to do the math here now, Sadie. Help me out. I want to thank you guys for reaching out. This is going to be fun, by the way. So just come up, take a look. We'll talk Airstream. I think I had this conversation with Brad when I talked about no matter what you do, enjoy the journey because it's fun. My phone is 614-279-8880. Email is eric@haydocy.com. And the only thing I can add, I guess, is hey, let's go camping.